Hello, everyone. And I would just like to thank you for tuning into another episode of The Enthusiast. I thought we would continue where we left off last week with our scenery painting. We could easily start by adding a nice little bush in the middle of that scenery. And while we're painting this bush, let's really think about what we want to add into the bush. You know, like a rabbit, maybe a fox. Ooh, we could do a bird, maybe a beautiful blue jay. Why are you looking at me like that? What?
No, I like where this is going.
Did we not do a painting last week?
We did not.
Well, now I just feel like an idiot. You know, let's just get on with the podcast.
Yes! Oh my god!
What is up, everyone? I am one of your hosts, Will Zabo. Alongside me, the man who clearly doesn't know how to inform someone that we didn't do a painting last week, Jesse Nazario.
You are not Bob Ross, that is for sure.
No, I'm not. I tried really hard, though.
It sounded good for a minute.
Oh, thank you.
Happy little blue jay.
Yeah.
You know what there is? There's no mistakes, huh? Little happy accidents. That's all that is.
So how have you been this week?
I've been okay. Nah, I had a rough week at work, but that's neither here nor there. Played a little Uncharted.
Whoa.
Yes.
I have too.
Have you finished it?
I haven't finished it.
Neither have I.
I'm trying to collect every collectible in my first run.
The round coins.
Yeah, I just got through Chapter 6, though. So, I mean, I'm on Chapter 6. I didn't get through it. I think
I just started Chapter 7 today.
Yeah, I'm at the very beginning of 6, and then I was like, alright, I'm going to stop.
You know, I'm enjoying this game because it's an Uncharted game, but I realized, I was just telling my wife over lunch, I was like, realize I'm not really paying attention to story, and I don't know if it's because it's not Nate Drake, what it is, but like,
really?
I have no interest in like Chloe and whatever. I don't even know the other girl's name. Nadine story. Like, I realized, like, I've been talking over the cutscenes and just not paying attention or going on my phone every time there's a cutscene.
Oh.
So, like, I know overall what's going on. It's just...
Yeah, you're not really getting
invested in it, yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, I've been playing
weird.
Quite a bit. It's not... I don't know. I do enjoy it so far.
It's a great game. It's a lot better than a lot of full-price games on the PS4.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Plus, I'm also playing, or I just finished Pokemon last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just
still on Pokemon, huh?
Trying to catch them all now, but I finished the game. I defeated the Elite Four and the Pokemon Champion last night.
I'm really sorry. So you're never going to catch them all. That's the whole point of their ploy.
I'll catch them all.
You won't.
I have friends that've caught them all.
And then they come out with another game, and then they don't have them all anymore.
This is true.
That's exactly what
They'll never be able to catch them all.
They never tell you what all is. They're like, hey, you got to catch them all, but we don't know what all is yet.
I don't even know what the number is now. But
I have no idea either, to be completely honest with you.
It was a simple world when it was only 150. You know, you knew what you got.
I like the first 3 generations a lot, and then after that, that's where it starts to teeter, where it's like, some Pokemon I don't like, some I do.
Sometimes they'll come up with a new concept. I'm like, oh, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Then you get a trash bag.
Yeah.
For a
like
Pokemon.
Garchomp.
Or a key ring.
Yeah, or Snow Cone, the candle.
Yeah, like
I really liked Garchomp when he was revealed. He's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. But he's one of the few that, like, when his set came out, he was the really cool one, and then it was very...
And it's also weird, like, especially if you don't like the 3 starters of a certain game.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of ruins. And that's, as much as I liked Sun as a game, I liked a lot of the decisions they made, I did not like any of their starters. Not one.
Really?
Yeah, so...
I wasn't the biggest fan of them either. Like I said, after the first 3 games, the starters for me kind of slowly went down, but...
I think Johto League. That was my last favorite.
Because the very first set, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, I actually love all 3.
Yeah, they'll never get better than that.
Yeah, then you had Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita. I really like Totodile and Cyndaquil. And then after that, you had Mudkip, Trico, and Torchic. I really liked all 3 once again. And then after that was where it slowly started to become, I think the last one I really liked again was Greninja.
Oh, I did like Greninja.
Yeah.
I just like Y and X. I thought they were short game, but fun.
Yeah, they were good.
I definitely clocked in more hours in this Pokemon game than I think it was like 37 at the end of it, all of it.
Oh, wow. Have you been doing anything else?
No.
No.
No, video games.
Yeah, I've just been playing
I
Uncharted.
picked up Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on Blu-ray.
Okay. Yeah, I got to pick that up, but I don't know if I'm really going to watch it again. I know my girlfriend wants to see it, so we'll probably have to see it again, but I'm not super...
I watched it again. Same thing as... it was good. It wasn't as good as the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I watched Death Note, which everybody's been pissed about.
Except you, apparently.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It wasn't good. Don't get me wrong. It was not a good movie, but it wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
I guess if I probably watched the anime or read the mangas or whatever, maybe. But only issue I had was like the lead actor. He was terrible. I feel like you could have replaced him with anybody else.
Yeah. My favorite character in the anime and manga was always L, but he looks completely different in that than he does in the movie. I don't know how he acts because I didn't see the movie yet, but
Like a weirdo.
really,
Mm.
that's how he acts in the anime, and also hopefully they got the spot on. We have a lot to go over today, though,
Ooh.
so maybe we should just dive right into
The news. News number one. We got 2 mics. Finally.
Yeah, we do have 2 mics now. We're actually sitting on opposite ends of the table.
It
I
is
can look
weird.
into your eyes
It
while
is
we
weird.
talk without having to turn my head.
I only got 2 mics. 2 mics. Get it like Nas. 1 mic.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get
But we
it.
have 2 now.
Hey, can you do me a favor real quick? I forgot to ask you about this. I can edit this out. Maybe I'll just leave it because we're raw. Can you make sure that the back of the mic is set for PC?
It is.
Okay.
I did that earlier.
Oh, awesome. All right. I was just making sure.
Because I was like, Xbox. Ugh. Why does that get its own section? PC.
Yeah, I like that. I found it weird that PC and PS and PlayStation were on their own.
Yeah.
And then,
Xbox is on its. Yeah, it is really weird. But going into the news of being weird, so everybody online has gotten like 4 different informations about the same story.
yeah. So
About Matt Reeves and his mustache. Is it real? Is it fake?
I don't know.
All right.
I think it's glued on, but
Also, with that information, we got some announcements about his solo Batman film.
yeah. Apparently, when they first talked about it, they said that it wasn't going to be a part of the DCEU.
That was out of his own mouth in
Yes.
an interview he did months ago that for some reason just resurfaced recently.
Yeah, which a lot of people took wrong. A lot of people took it as, oh my god, what is this Batman movie even going to be? Like, just a
Won't even have,
standalone?
yeah, all of a sudden Ben Affleck's not going to be in it,
Yeah.
this and that.
What it really meant was that it's not going to be a part of the DCEU, as in it's not going to have any other part of it other than Batman. It's going to be just like the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
We're focused on her. And I actually, when I saw that, I'm really excited for that. That's what we've been talking about that we wanted out of more DC movies, their solo movies at least. And I think that's what we're going to get.
So, in his word, this is going to be a Batman movie with Batman. I don't know what that means. Hopefully that means a lot of Batman.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Probably means Superman's going to come in.
No, that'd be terrible. Terrible. Once again, it's that whole DC Marvel news, so everything gets leaked out as like a major story now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Think it's good that when a movie stands on its own?
Yeah, I mean, Wonder Woman, I think, really showed that. And I think that's part of the problems with some of these Marvel movies that have been coming out. A lot of them always feel this need to tie into everything else.
5 after scene credits.
Yeah, like when you look at, I enjoyed Spider-Man a lot. It did a good job of trying to just keep with Spider-Man. You did have Iron Man, obviously, and hints of the Avengers, but it didn't focus too much on anyone else. But when you look at like Winter Soldier, one of the best things we loved about Winter Soldier is it is its own movie. It doesn't really focus on other things that are going on within the world.
Yeah.
But, it's not like because Winter Soldier's doing what he's doing, Iron Man now is coming in or anything like that. That's very isolated. I like that. Same thing with Ant-Man. We love Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, even with the Avengers cameo, I think Ant-Man was really good on a low-level thing. And I mentioned one of the things that makes sense for this big universe is to have a small end villain, because it would make sense that
no one would come.
Yeah, get involved in it. You know what I mean? If you have the Joker who's threatening to gas, Gotham City, it's not going to be something that the Justice League has to get involved with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still, or just in general, if this film is about Deathstroke getting hired to take out Batman, that's going to be a small end thing.
Yeah. Like if it's Black Mask who hires him or something, and that would be really cool.
We should play Black Mask.
We should play Black Mask.
Who should play Black Mask?
Oh, who? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I haven't really thought of it.
Always thought Robin Pattinson would do a good job, Edward from Twilight.
Really?
I don't know why, man.
That's a weird one.
It is a weird one. He's not a great actor. Them Twilight movies were terrible.
Well, I think given how old Ben Affleck's Batman is, we probably have to have someone a little older.
Yes.
Because I don't, even though Robert Pattinson has obviously gotten older, he doesn't look like he could pull off maybe in the late 40s, early 50s look.
Christopher Walken.
I don't think it could take that movie seriously.
No, I don't know. Who else? An older gentleman that would have that, I don't know.
Maybe Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
I think he could pull off the older look, but I don't really see him. The only reason why I say him is because he would have the mask on the whole time anyway.
Ooh, you know what I'd like to see it? Steve Buscemi.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he was so great. And Boardwalk Empire, he'd be a good gangster.
Because I would say Michael Keaton, but I feel like he's slowly just, he's been in so many superhero movies now, and
it always has wings.
Yeah.
Batman.
He might have to be
Birdman,
Man-Bat.
Vulture, Man-Bat.
But yeah, I'm excited for this news. Do you think this is good, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think anything with Ben Affleck, Batman's good news.
Yeah.
I think Batman's good news in general. I love Batman. You know what I mean? I love Batman villains. I think the Joker is a little overrated.
I agree with that.
But I do enjoy the Batman universe.
Do you find it odd? This actually, it still has to do with Justice League, but it doesn't really have to do with Batman. That we haven't really still gotten another big trailer for the Justice League yet.
No. Not really. What do we got? 2 trailers so far for it?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like things do like 3 to 4 trailers, which I guess, alright, when does it come out? November?
Yes. So we got one. Still time for one more trailer to come out.
Yeah, I guess.
But I also feel like DC is very worried because that one trailer they released for Batman and Superman got so much backlash. You know what I mean? For giving too much away for the movie. They're real careful about editing the
I can
trailers.
understand that. Okay. Moving on though. The Joker.
Yeah, he's got green hair.
Apparently, he may be getting an origin movie.
Yeah, it's not apparently like this is a green light. They want it. You know what I mean? They're super excited about this, and why not?
I don't know. I don't feel.
I'll tell you why not. It ruins the Joker. Like no, the best part of him is the fact that he has no backstory.
Yeah, what DC has slowly been giving him more and more, which has kind of upset me more and more every time. Like, they just revealed his actual name, his real name, which I was kind of like, I really would have much rather you just... the thing I really liked about the Joker was that he had that mystery behind him. You didn't know who he really was.
The Killing Joke comic, one of the best lines is, sometimes I remember it this way, sometimes I don't. So we didn't even know if the Killing Joke was an actual Joker origin story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really annoys me that this movie's coming out in general. And then, like I said, it's still early. There's no word if this is the DC universe, that Jared Leto is playing this Joker.
Or if it's going to be like an animated series.
Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I really don't want it. I mean, what are you going to show him as the Red Hood before
A failed comedian?
Yeah.
It's just... Sometimes some villains, and we mentioned this the other day when we were talking about the Doctor Doom thing, some villains don't have that coin where it's like, this, you can feel bad for them. You know what I mean? Like, some villains are just villains. And one of the things that DC is annoyed me with is they always play Joker as that cool uncle. That real fun, everybody loves the Joker. He's a maniac. Like,
yeah.
He shot Commissioner Gordon's fiance in front of him just to piss him off. In front of orphans. That's not somebody you're supposed to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I also thought it was weird that a lot of people always... Like, you hear couples a lot say, oh, I want a relationship like Harley and Joker. It's like, why would you want that?
I don't know, because I want to get abused and pushed out a window. Almost killed.
That sounds like it.
And it's like it's one of the best things about the Joker is he's so manipulating and so like, the animated series when they did Harley Quinn's background, and you find out she fell in love with the Joker because he finally opened up about his past. And then Batman's like, which version of the past did he give you? And said verbatim the story that he told Harley and then changed like one or two things. And Harley realized, like, I don't even know this guy. You know what I mean? That's how manipulating he is.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruins the character when you try to, make you understand why he's that way. You know what I mean? One of the things I didn't like about Hannibal Rising was it kind of ruined the Hannibal character to me.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? I don't want to know why Hannibal Lecter is the way he is. That's one of the best parts.
I'm okay with him just being that way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just always have been that way for me.
And we made this conversation about when they were talking about making a Morpheus backstory. It would ruin the Morpheus character. You know what I mean? What I made up in my head on why he is so cool is so much better than what any studio can put out.
Yeah, we've also said that about Yoda.
Who's Yoda?
For Star Wars.
Never heard of him. Is he cool?
He's okay.
It's alright, cool.
He's alright in my book. But yeah, I just feel like this is going to go in a horrible direction.
It could go in a very horrible direction.
But let's get into some video game news because we have a lot of it after Gamescom.
You got a video game.
Yeah.
Did you watch any Gamescom stuff?
I did. I watched a lot of it.
Did you? I watched some of it at work.
Because I do that.
A new game was announced.
What was the new game?
It's actually another similar to like Zoo Tycoon Simulator, except this one makes a lot of sense, and I don't really know why it hasn't been made earlier. Jurassic World.
They've done it before, a Jurassic Park Simulator where you can make the park.
I never seen one. I never seen
It's
that.
never been done good.
Oh, well, this one actually looks pretty good. It's called Jurassic World Evolution. There we go.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
I was trying to think of what the E word was in it. But yeah, it's Jurassic World Evolution, and they showed the trailer with the people looking at the T-Rex exhibit. Then he breaks out.
Yeah.
And he eats a guy.
Eats the one guy and the other guy because I felt bad for the one he ate too because he's trying to save the other one guy's life. It's like over here. Oh, it's terrible. I watched the trailer. At first, I got excited because I was like, "Oh, Jurassic Park game, awesome!" And then I got disappointed that it's like a great Jurassic Park game.
It's funny because I actually saw the trailer outside of Gamescom. I think I was already at work, and I saw just the Jurassic World thing. I was like, the trailer for the movie dropped. Oh my gosh. So I clicked it. I was like, man, this looks horrible. And then I saw it was a game, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. But it seems pretty cool. I usually am not big into those simulator games.
Yeah, that's my problem. I've never really liked like The Sims.
Yeah.
Or SimCity, or Zoo Tycoon, or whatever the other one is where you can create stuff. Like, I've never been into games like that, so I was actually wanting to discuss why they've never put an actual good Jurassic Park game out there, besides one for Sega.
I was gonna say the Genesis was
that game
a
was
good one.
the truth.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's because it's the branding. I think a lot of people just kind of hope that because it's Jurassic Park, it will sell. Especially if you look back in the day, like
Fresh kegs.
a lot of the licensed games weren't really good. We just kind of thought they were good as kids.
Still, to this day, licensed games are not that great. So, what do you think? You think it's just a cash grab? You think it's going to actually be a well-done game? I mean,
I'm hoping it's actually well done. It looks pretty cool, like I've said, but I'm not too sure as to...
Sometimes, once in a while, you'll get a licensed game that comes out and blows away. Like Chronicles of Riddick. It was an amazing game. Like, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No.
I played that game literally twice. When they re-released it, I was like, nope, still amazing.
Even better than some of the movies.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. He doesn't outrun the sun in that game. What was the other one that was really good? The X-Men Origins Wolverine. That game was incredible. Way better than the movie. You know what I mean? So, once in a while, you'll get a gem.
I really enjoyed the Spider-Man 2 game.
Spider-Man 2. Ooh, one of my favorite tie-in games of all time. Star Wars Republic Commando.
Ooh, that was a
Xbox.
fun
Game was amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one,
So,
too.
sometimes it does happen where people will get this license and they legit... But in my opinion, I've always thought that they had an idea for an amazing game and just so happened to get a license afterwards and combine the two. Because some of these concepts for these games would just be awesome on their own. You know what I mean? So
I agree with that.
hopefully whoever gets Jurassic World with this game, they'll maybe something in the trailer will pull me in to want to try it out. But as it is, I don't like simulator games. I gotta go to work already. Now you want me to run a park when I get home? Jeez. Come on.
Yeah, that's understandable. I just thought it was a cool little thing that they added. We also got another new game called Biomutant.
I did see that, made by the guys who made Just Cause.
Yeah, so actually it's a couple of teams. It's made by the guys that made Just Cause
Just
and
Cause.
Mad Max.
Ooh, I love Mad Max. This is a great game.
Yeah,
They couldn't get Tom Hardy's face.
some of the developers from both are now making this game
Perfect team, man.
under THQ. And one of the reasons I really wanted to talk about this in the news was because it's just such a new looking game. Like
that was what confused me. It actually reminded me of. Listen now before you get this comparison. The one with Jack Black, that I forgot the name of the Brutal Legends game.
Okay.
Where the advertisement showed it as one way, and then when you actually got the game, it was like an RTS.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the trailer kind of reminded me of. Because there's certain things in the game where I was like, oh, this is an awesome open world action kind of looking game. But there was other parts where I watched them riding a hand and like going through town flanking people and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if this will be something I actually like. So
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm definitely going to watch more on it. I did like the one thing they said. You can fully customize your character. You get to pick his height, his weight, his color. They did a weird one on this. They did a live stream later. They did a weird one where they made him short, purple, and green.
I did see that.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
So, also, right now, this, like I said, it did already say this is early footage.
Yeah.
It's going to look better. I was not impressed with it visually.
For the gameplay, I agree. I thought the CGI trailer...
The cutscene was amazing. Running, with the thing chasing him, looked great. And then the red eyes popped up. When I first saw that, I was getting hyped. I was, like, really excited. The gameplay, though, it was very hit or miss. And I think that was an issue. I think had I not seen the CGI cutscene, it wouldn't have been such a drastic jump down.
I agree.
But,
The combat did look a little... you could tell it wasn't polished.
Absolutely.
You know, like the enemies didn't seem like they really were trying to avoid your attacks.
I also feel like just because this is made by Just Cause, I'm gonna try it out just because how much I really like that game.
See, for me, it's because I liked Mad Max so much.
And I did like Mad Max too. They were both great games.
Yeah.
That just means maybe I'll get best of both worlds. You know.
Apparently, you also, while you're playing the game, can get cybernetic enhancements. So, like, if you saw in the trailer, he had a mechanical eye. Apparently, you can get other mechanical parts. But I'm curious if that means you can just fully become a robot, or if they're
weird.
Yeah, or if they're only going to allow you.
Maybe,
to use
I don't know.
limbs.
Maybe you can like General Grievous it, where the only thing left was like his brain and his internal organs. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that'd be interesting.
Kantuku.
But I really liked how this game looked. And I like that it's just something new, you know what I mean?
I do. I also like trailers where like your sword's always bigger than the person. And I've always been a stickler for like weird looking characters in games. That makes me want to try it out. Like anybody can go with like handsome guy or attractive woman, but to be like I'm gonna do a rabbit in this one or something like that always makes me actually excited to try it out.
I'm gonna make mine short and fat.
No, like you. Woo, just kidding, because you're not short. So anyway.
Thanks. Sure know how to make me feel great about myself.
So, but it is exciting to see all the different creatures and monsters in it, you know what I mean? It's a nice world, and, there's another game that's got a couple creatures and monsters poking through.
And a nice world.
Yes.
Shadow of War, we got a new trailer.
This is looking better than before. It actually kind of makes me want to get it day one now. Okay. I was going to wait for it, too.
Yeah, it's I've always been day one on this game. But what I will say is, if you look at it from the first trailer, every time they slowly just gripped me even more.
I was going to say, even from the first trailer to what it looks like now graphically, I think it looks better. So to me, that means they've literally just been working on this game, because the first trailer really did look a lot like the original game.
Yeah.
And this looks like a next generation step already, so I'm actually really excited about this. What do you think of the universe they set up so far in this?
One, it's really big, which is weird because I feel like it's not just Mordor, and which I'm assuming that's why they dropped Shadow of Mordor from the title. They just made a Shadow of War, but
be able to go to Shire and start kicking hobbits around.
They're like woodland creatures that we've never really seen in the Lord of the Rings universe before. Like I've never heard of these things.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. I'm interested to see like what happens when you get a Balrog on your side, or if you even can get a Balrog on your side. I want to see what happens. Can I get all the orcs? Can I mind control them all, or is there like a cap to how many I can have?
That is an interesting point. I never really thought about it that way. Interesting.
Can I turn this game into a Pokemon?
You gotta get all, yeah. I like to go back to what you said. I feel like the Lord of the Rings universe is such a big, massive universe, and in the films, you really only got to see the Shire, Mordor, that kind of journey there. You know what I mean? I really want to see that expanded Middle Earth universe.
Yeah.
So this is an exciting way to see it. Who knows? Maybe there's a fish world out there, or a snowy place, or a polar bear,
or a lava place.
Just want to talk about Mordor again? We're doing?
I mean, I like warmth.
Yeah.
I don't like being cold.
I want to go to the Shire, and I want to knock on the doors, and then just like you have the whole thing is you keep pressing down, because if you stand up, you'll bump your head.
Do you think there's anything in the Lord of the Rings universe that's similar to like Japan?
Absolutely, Japan's everywhere.
What do you think it looks like in their world?
Don't know.
You think it looks like Shenmue?
Maybe. That's a good one. You know what I mean? Like fireflies taped to the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
That's what you said.
I see what you're throwing.
Yeah, I did with this.
Well, we got to look at our first teaser trailer for Shenmue 3.
You never got to play Shenmue 1 and 2.
Nope, never played any of them.
They are fun games.
I heard that they're good.
Overrated, but fun.
I also heard that they're re-releasing the first two.
Which I'm not excited for, because I feel like they're not going to age well.
That's what I've been worried about too. I've never played them, but I've always heard really good things about them, and I'm really worried that when I finally get to play them, it's going to be, man, these aren't really that great. Why does anyone like them?
That's my issue. I remember really enjoying the first one, but that combat was really stiff. But at the time, it was like, what? I can do jump kicks. I can do this and that. This is going to be awesome. And I feel like, oh, it's really stiff now. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So I'm excited for 3. I don't know about the re-release, but what do you think? You think this is something you're going to try out?
I wouldn't try 3 if I didn't play the other 2. So unfortunately, I'm definitely going to play the first 2 first. And even when I saw the teaser trailer, it doesn't do anything for me because I have no context for anything.
Well, my issue is neither game did well financially. So I'm wondering what they're thinking. Like, I understand people have been craving for 3 and asking, but like, how many times have fans done that and didn't buy the game?
Yeah, that's another problem.
You know, and I really feel that's what we're going to get. And I, for whatever reason, I feel like 3 is going to leave it open again. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping that they just kind of conclude it, you know.
Why do that when you can make money?
That's true, but this one has to sell. You know what I mean? I would much rather them conclude it and maybe just make a whole new series.
Oh, that's a good idea.
From the guys that made Shenmue. Type thing.
Yeah. We're making it like Shenmue from like the Squirrel's point of view.
I know a lot of people, though, are super excited for Shenmue.
Like I said, I feel like 1 didn't sell well. People needed 2 because 1 ended on such a cliffhanger, and then 2 came out and didn't sell well again. It's like I really feel like that's the direction that games they go in. You know what I mean? It's like the Mega Man games. People love them, never sell well. You know?
Oh, I love Mega Man. It's so funny though, because when I used to get Yakuza confused with Shenmue all the time because I never played either of them, and I recently just started playing Yakuza, and I really actually like the Yakuza series now. But
they're very similar. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me feel a little racist though.
That all Asian games look the same.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If there's an Asian protagonist... And it's
now,
like,
if you thought Sleeping Dogs was the same thing, then I'd say you have an issue.
Isn't that Yakuza?
Oh, you're a terrible human being. You know what was a good game that starred Asians? Now we're going real racist. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
I heard it was really good. DS, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I never played it.
I have it. You can borrow it anytime.
I'll think about it.
You should, because it is amazing. I had a friend of mine that let me borrow Fire Emblem when I never played before, and because I've played it finally, I like Fire Emblem now.
Fire Emblem.
Had I never tried Fire Emblem, I would have continued to make fun of you all the time, which I did constantly.
You did.
Remember how bad it was?
Yeah, it was bad.
It was really mean.
Well, you know.
I'm not sorry.
Are you going to get Fire Emblem Warriors?
I don't know. I don't like the Dynasty Warrior games.
Same boat I'm in. So we just got a new trailer at Gamescom for it. It showed off the Fire Emblem Birthright and Conquest characters that they're going to be in the game. The main ones.
Right.
The main families are going to be in the game.
Your main family.
Thank you. I try really hard. But I don't know. I felt the more I see on this game, it's weird because I wanted to get it at first, and then the more I keep seeing, the more I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
I feel like this is a game only for Dynasty Warrior fans because when Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this because at least I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I didn't even like that game, and it was like dripping in Zelda like lore, and just because it played like a Dynasty Warriors game, I was like, ugh. I finished it.
Yeah, but it like throws you. Kind of like throws it off.
And it's just if you don't like those style of gameplay, you won't. And I remember the first Dynasty Warriors I played for PlayStation 2. Like, I don't like this game. I don't like this style of gameplay. Not saying it's bad. It's just not something I'm into. And they have never updated it, I feel like. Because playing Hyrule Warriors felt like playing it on PS2 all over again.
Yeah, just all they've done is add more enemies to the screen usually. I will say the interesting thing about this one that they are doing is they're adding some of the mechanics from Fire Emblem into it, like the sword, spear, axe mechanic, where if you're a sword character and you're fighting someone that's an axe, you have an advantage, but if you're an axe character and you're fighting someone with a spear, you have an advantage. A spear has an advantage over sword. Which that's how it is in Fire Emblem.
I still feel like it's going to be one of those, like, 50 people on the screen at once, I hit them, and they all fly back, and I get a time limit, and then all of a sudden they're capturing my base, and I gotta run over here, and it's like... And what annoys me about those games is sometimes you want to enjoy the beauty of a game, you know what I mean? One of the best things I'm enjoying about Uncharted right now is just looking around, taking it all in, and them games always feel so hectic, you never feel like you're enjoying yourself. It's like running from point A to point B, point A to point B, to capture your bases or to capture a base. It's like, well, this is enjoyable, you know?
You get to point B, by the time you got to B, some guys came over to A.
Yeah, and it's just, they're never fun, and it's like, I know that going in, and as much as I like Fire Emblem, I'm like, you're not going to trick me. By giving me Dynasty Warriors and throwing some Fire Emblem paint on it and thinking I'm going to fall for it.
I always consider these these games to be those games that you play mindlessly, like just something. If you just kind of want something on the screen to do while you're talking to friends or something, I feel like they're fun then.
Or you could just do what everybody else gets, a fighting game or a racing game. You know what I'm saying?
Or that works too.
You know.
I'm just
You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you could run fast away from your problems. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You could force yourself to run at these supersonic speeds.
I see what you're doing. Sonic forces.
Oh, I did.
I literally only put this in the notes for you.
That's what you do for me. Now that you brought up Sonic, let's bring up some terrible news. So, this is a long story. I'm going to cut it down, but I'm not going to. I was really nice the other day and paid for somebody's lunch at a convenience store I was at because they were paying in change. And then I realized I never seen how much it was. So I could have either paid for like this woman's $10 sandwich or a $45 lunch for her and her family. So I had to call my bank. And by doing that, to find out how much it was, I found out I've been paying for Hulu this entire time for a year.
While using mine.
Yes, I canceled Hulu like a year ago, and I guess they never put it through, and I've been paying for this for an entire year. So long story short, I signed back into my account, you're back to yours, and I started watching Sonic X today. There you go, that's it.
Oh.
It's a long story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It went nowhere.
No.
I don't like it. So anyway.
What do you think of they didn't really show anything for Sonic Forces.
Honestly, Sonic Forces looks exactly the same as Sonic Generation. And somebody like you, I know that you don't care, but I'm excited just because how great I thought Sonic Generation is.
It's so funny because, like, once again, I'm watching this game and I'm like, all right, once he starts getting going fast, I'm like, wow, it looks pretty cool. And once again, there's just things that, like every single time when he got to the end of a road, there was a bounce thing that bounced him up onto the next one, which slowed down his momentum. It didn't lunge him forward, and I was kind of like, what the heck? Like, what?
The way the Sonic games are built up nowadays, except for Sonic Boom, that hurt everybody's feelings and face, are like they have the multi-track thing, and the whole thing is you have to figure out your best way to go without losing momentum, and it can get very frustrating for somebody the first time playing, because you do feel like that. You get to this top speed and you slow down.
Yeah.
But then by the end of it, once you get really good at those games and you're just flying through a level, it starts confusing people.
Now, it did look like, I'm assuming I didn't recognize the character that was with Sonic. I'm assuming that was a created character. Looks like you're going to be on screen with people as you're with the created character.
So, well, it looks like the way Sonic Generation broke up was you play one half of the level as OG Sonic, then the other half as the new modern day Sonic, and then when you got to the boss level, it switched back and forth to them. Now it looks like it's literally got 3 parts to each level, and you skip through your old, new, and then your created character of Sonic. But it looks like these levels are all happening at the same time, kind of thing, so you interact with both of them.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, this personally didn't do much for me, and I
think the
sure
created
much either.
character was a really weird direction to go in. Like, I seen what they did. Like, Sonic Generations, this did well. This was fun. People like playing 2 different versions of Sonic. I can understand that. And they're like, well, let's throw a 3rd version in there. Nobody's going to put Boom in, because, nobody liked Boom. I don't even think Boom liked itself. But there's no other version of Sonic I can think of,
I can understand that.
Unless they did TV show Sonic and brought Jedi White back, Steve Urkel to do the voice. That'd be what's up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or old school manga Sonic.
So, did that short clip, though, really sell you on the game?
The game's been sold to me already, sir. The game's been sold to me already. I'm excited about this game.
Just because it's Sonic, huh?
There's certain, like I said, it looks like Generations, and I'm okay with it, I'm also a simple man. I went and reserved the collector's edition of Marvel vs. Capcom because Rocket Raccoon made me laugh in the last trailer.
Okay.
So, I'm a simple kind of man,
Simple pleasures.
Simple pleasures in life. I don't need to be immortal. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't need to be immortal.
No. Yeah. Immortality is a little overrated.
Yes.
I would say, but you know what? You could feel a bit unchained.
Ooh! Like what you did there.
Yeah, so there's a PS4 game called Immortals Unchained coming out.
I love PS4.
Me too. They say that it is a Souls-like shooter. Why is this becoming more and more of a thing, Ari?
I feel like people appreciate it. You know what I mean? There's 2 kinds of people that play the Soul games. People that like a challenge, and people that aren't good at them but want to admit it and like to pretend like they are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So for them, there's this. You know what I mean? Me personally, thanks for letting me know. I'm not going to play this. You know what I mean? But somebody might.
Yeah.
Somebody might enjoy
It's
this.
funny because I feel like every time you'll watch me play a game sometimes, you'll be like, oh, what is that? It looks really cool. And as soon as I say it's like Dark Souls, you instantly get turned off from it.
Yeah, and it's not, and once again, and this is nothing against people that like that style of game. I don't like getting punished in games. A little challenge is fine for me. Too much ruins the experience for me. But there is people that love a challenge in games, and I can understand that. You know what I mean? Let's face it, there hasn't been a shooter that's been challenging out there in forever.
I can agree with that.
And this is me saying that. Every shooter is like, the hardest part is the quick time events in Call of Duty sometimes. Like, everything else has been real easy to run through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shooters are all that game of chance, too. Like, sometimes it just so happens that, my team took out somebody and I ran through a mission easier than somebody else. Where I feel like if you really made a shooter that you had to strategize, take your time slowly, something like that, some people might really like it. I mean, that's what Dark Souls is patience.
It is.
Much.
It's a dance.
Yeah. You cannot run and slash, you know what I mean? Sometimes you'll be fighting somebody forever because it's a slash, dodge, run, dodge, slash,
Yeah. Do you feel like this is something that's becoming a little oversaturated? Like, I feel like every other week there's a new game that they use this Souls-like name to it, and it's just weird for me, because
I would agree if you kept doing hack and slashes like that. But
this one is a shooter. I agree
something
with that.
different, you know what I mean? So... maybe, yeah. I mean, you can oversaturate anything. right now, me and you both love our superhero movies, but we feel like the movie market is getting oversaturated with them. So absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just kind of feel like
the issue is to me is I don't like the fact that these games come out and the only option is difficult. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get to enjoy the story because I don't feel like, being punished today.
you're not in the bondage.
This is what I'm saying. I don't like it.
No.
Like, I'd still to this day want to try Bloodborne because that game looked gorgeous.
It was really good, but
But
it was difficult. Like, if you're not into the Souls type games, you're gonna. But it's one of those games that, like, once you get it, it is really rewarding. Like, I do get what you're saying, but it is a game that has a high learning curve. But once you get past that curve, you got to stick through it. You know what I mean? It's like a bad sunburn. Yeah, it sucks, but you gotta ride it through.
I, sir, am Hispanic with dark skin. I don't get sunburned.
Yeah, I don't get sunburn either.
You liar. Look at you.
I don't. I
You're
know.
as pasty as a pig.
I know, but when I go outside, tan.
Really?
I only get tan.
I don't believe it.
I don't burn.
I think you're a liar.
I think I need to show you. Naked.
No, all right, we're good. I believe you. I
Nope.
believe you, man. I believe you. Can't you just come back to the future and warn me about androids that are coming?
Tan. Come back in my golden bronze.
Isn't that one of the most awesome storylines ever?
Yeah, for Dragon Ball Z.
In general, like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you told somebody, like, hey, picture this storyline. Dude comes back to warn them about these androids are going to come up and kill them all. And in doing so, he's got to be real quiet because he can stop the potential of his birth. Like a badass storyline.
Success.
So,
Terminator.
pretty much, kind of.
But we did actually get a new Dragon Ball Z trailer for Dragon Ball Fighters.
I know. I'm excited.
And they showed off Piccolo, Krillin.
I really love the fact that Krillin's in this game, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching Krillin fight, and I was kind of like, I kind of want to use Krillin.
First off, this game is gorgeous. Second off, I am so excited to play a Dragon Ball Z game that isn't so overly complicated. It looks like this really just looks like a nice 2D fighter. You know what I mean? Really over the top with it reminds me of a Marvel Capcom kind of.
It looks very flashy too. Like,
yes.
Everything I see them do, I'm just like, wow, that looks so beautiful.
You think there's going to be a story mode to this?
Yeah, there is. They already revealed that there is. They haven't shown what the storyline's going to be, but they did. They showed a bunch of the characters looking like evil forms, so I'm not too sure what's going to go on there.
Vegeta.
But they did also show. So they showed Krillin, Piccolo, Android 16.
Yes, who had a lot of moves that I didn't even see in the series.
Yeah.
Arms turned into the cannons. Then there was one that his whole body turned into this huge gun thing. Looks very interesting, and it's cool because 16 never gets that respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He also seems like he's going to be that slow character, but hits super hard.
Let it go.
Yeah. And then we have Android 18, but no 17. Now it looks like Android 17 is going to be paired with 18 for her supers.
Right.
Like he comes out and assists her in her ultra attacks.
I feel like if they did cut out 17, it would be almost understandable because, especially in the show, they had very equal fighting styles. They were very similar.
They were. But I preferred 17 over 18. What I think they should do is at least let you swap between which one is the assist and which one's the main one.
Yeah, it's like different skins kind of
Yeah.
thing. That would be really
Because I don't need the full character. I agree with you there. I do think having 17 and 18 would kind of be like having Ken and Ryu, where there's just very little differences. I know Ken has changed a lot since earlier Street Fighter, but when Street Fighter first came out,
Yeah, it was a red version of Ryu. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Really, you preferred 17 over 18? Huh?
Personally, yeah, and I think that's just because I don't know. This is weird, especially since I do like playing as girls. I just preferred 17 as I guess the male character over 18 as a kid growing up watching Dragon Ball Z. I also felt like 18 was a traitor because she became good and had a baby with Krillin. She should have died with the other androids.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow. She fell hard for Krillin. She saw that little bald head, that no-nose self.
That she could easily kill.
She was like, I'm looking and I'm liking. You know what I'm saying?
Krillin must be packing, man.
I don't know what... You know what it is? I feel like she was like, wait a minute. All these people are either aliens, superpowered, all that. You're a former monk that just been hanging out with a Saiyan your entire life. I like you, kid. You got moxie. Yeah, moxie.
Did you ever think about growing out that hair? And then what did he do in the Boo Saga?
He grew that hair red,
Yeah.
luscious black locks.
I feel like Android 18 got him to do that.
Good times.
So
good times.
is there anyone else you want to see? Because like, I actually was thinking about it the other day. I really wouldn't mind seeing Brawly.
Okay.
Brawly's a character I wouldn't mind seeing. Janemba. Oh, I forgot to say this. They also showed off a collector's edition, which will have a statue of Goku going Super Saiyan.
Ooh.
For pre-ordering the game, whether you do it digitally, physically, with the collector's edition, or whatever, you do get Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta.
I would actually like the Dragon Ball Z has always been really represented well in video games. You pretty much had, by the end of the video games, you had everybody that's been in the movies, games, everything of those. GT also has been represented pretty well. I want to start seeing some Dragon Ball characters in games. It's rare, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd love to see Demon Piccolo in the game, or some Red Ribbon Army characters. It'd be neat to see, you know what I mean? Oh, what was Master Roshi's alternate personality he had with the hair? Oh, what was his name?
I don't remember.
I would love to see him as a character, though. You know what I mean? That'd be really awesome.
Or what was it, General Tao? The guy that Goku kicks the grenade back to.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there's a lot of these characters, and I feel like Dragon Ball never gets respected, deserved. I feel like that was a really good show, too.
It was.
So, you know what I mean?
It was, my problem with... Oh, excuse me. My problem with Dragon Ball was that it was a little more on the joke side than it was about the combat.
Well, Z was definitely a step up in the right direction, but I feel like Z was so good that people are like, they forgot where it came from.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I don't care what anybody says, that fight between Piccolo and Goku, the last few episodes, was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. I want them to show the other Boo forms, but I don't know if that would be a cop-out because we already have Fat Boo in the game.
I do like that.
But I've always liked Super Boo was always my favorite Boo.
Over Kid Boo?
I don't like Kid Boo. He's just crazy.
Hey, he was so awesome, though. He was a kid, man, and he was awesome. He was a kid,
Not a
man.
fan.
Remember when Goku threw the spear bomb and he caught it?
That is true. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty cool. I don't want them to do Goten and Trunks. I personally would much rather them do Gotenks.
Alright.
Just have them fused instead of doing that.
Do you want to see multiple versions of the same character?
No, I don't want that at all.
Alright.
I mean, we already got it though, technically, with the God Goku and God Vegeta.
That's my question. Is it going to be like Dragon Ball? You remember Dragon Ball GT for PlayStation, the video game?
Final Bout.
Yeah. You couldn't go Super Saiyan in the game. They were just different characters.
Yeah.
It was regular Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. So I'm wondering, do you think that's what they're going with in
So
the game?
the developer said that they weren't doing that. That's why right off the bat they made Goku and Vegeta be Super Saiyan for the game. But this DLC kind of sounds like they're willing to. I don't know. That's what's weird to
Now,
me.
the God Saiyan mode, that's just the blue hair, right? Because I haven't watched any of this new Dragon Ball Z show.
It is the blue hair.
I've retired myself.
Apparently, though, those characters are going to play very differently from the regular Goku and regular Super Saiyan Vegeta. They said that those characters are going to be considered the high skill cap characters. They're very fast. They're actually so fast on screen it's almost hard to keep up with. So you really have to be fluent with your controls. They're both in very high for attack, but they're really low on the defense.
Now, this game is based off of Dragon Ball Z and the new show, correct?
So what they said was this game isn't going to be going to have characters from everything, even non-canon.
So even GT could be in there.
Yeah. So I'm assuming.
Because GT is still my canon, buddy.
Yeah. I think they're going to probably include Omega Shenron. They may include Super 17.
Oh, I did like Super 17.
I did too.
He killed Krillin.
And I wouldn't mind.
18 got pissed.
I feel like Baby Vegeta never gets love. Yeah, see, you're making that face at me.
Not that I didn't like Baby Vegeta, it's just, I don't know, it was something about that outfit. He looked like a dancer, you know? The little vest, the white hair, like, I'd expect him to see with a whistle and club, like killing it, you know what I'm saying? But I can see that. All right, Baby Vegeta. I feel like Majin Vegeta definitely gets more love than Baby Vegeta.
Oh, Majin Vegeta is my favorite form of Vegeta.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Mustache GT Vegeta, where his daughter is yelling at him to shave it because he looks too old.
Oh, yeah.
That's mine.
I also like Vegeta after the Frieza saga where he has the pink shirt on.
Casual Vegeta.
Yeah,
You know
kicking
what I
it
mean?
back.
Kicking it back, chilling, about to mac into Boma Vegeta. You know?
Oh, yeah. He's about to give it to her. He's going to lay it down. Are you excited, though, for this? Like, what you've been seeing for this game?
Absolutely.
Are you going to get it the collector's edition, or you think you're just going to go with the standard?
I'm going to get regular edition. For the 2 extra characters in the statue, no thank you.
And are you going to pre-order it? Is this a pre-order?
Yeah, I'm definitely pre-ordering it. Like, I'm psyched about this game, man.
It's actually funny because this is the first fighting game in a while that I'm pretty excited for, too. And I'm actually really excited for us to have a fighting game again, because we used to play Smash
It was a lot of Smash.
all the time. And I'm not very good at fighting games, but I'm hoping that, like, one grips me enough that I can just put some time into it and want to play it all the time.
So, it's one of those games where, like, I'm excited to play, but I don't feel like I have to get the season pass. What I felt like I should have got the season pass for, though, was Injustice 2.
Yes.
Because, damn.
So the first characters that they released for the first season pass was Red Hood, Starfire. Was there anyone else?
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yes. So
Red Hood and Starfire, I think, was worth the season pass right there.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome. But we gotta look at the next round of people, huh?
Well, this is for the next season pass. You have to buy another season pass.
Another season pass?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this isn't included with the first one.
Man, Midway is just us. And people are gonna take it, too.
Oh, they're taking it.
And liking it.
Yeah, they are. So, the first one we got was Manta.
Yeah. Well, the trailer starts off with
Raiden. Yeah,
which looks like a superhero.
He's actually the one I don't like.
It is weird now that they added 2 Mortal Kombat characters.
That's what I don't like.
Because what made Injustice 1 so funny was the introduction of Scorpion in it, and this year putting Sub-Zero in, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Let's go through the ninjas. Having 2 Mortal Kombat characters, now you're starting to bridge that a little too much, in my opinion.
I agree. My problem was that you put Raiden in where you could have put another DC character.
Black Manta shows up, which was really cool. I think he's a very underrated character. We all like him, and it's nice to give Aquaman that somebody to fight in the game.
I agree. It's nice to have a villain in there.
Yes, who shows up at the end of that trailer, though, is
that's what blew everyone's
pretty amazing. Now, he was heavily rumored to be in it.
He was.
So I was not completely shocked, but to see him actually in this universe.
And he looks great.
He does look great. Hellboy. That is really exciting. Not only just Hellboy, it looks like the Ron Perlman Hellboy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He caught the rocket that Manta shot. He shot him that Raiden, but Raiden dodged it, and then Hellboy catches one to light his cigar, and it's just like, what does he say?
He says thanks for the light.
Oh, yeah.
That was behind him. So what do you think?
I wasn't excited. Well, okay. I went through a roller coaster of emotions with this because when they started it, I was like, Raiden, you got to be kidding me. Like, I really didn't want.
Especially, it didn't even look like Raiden with the mask on and all
his
that.
chest is open so you can see his nips, but only a circle around his chest.
Like, hey guys.
Yeah. I'm just not a Raiden fan anyway, even when it came to Mortal Kombat, but I just didn't want more Mortal Kombat in this. You know what I mean? Because now I'm worried that if they do a 3rd season pass or the next game, they're going to be like, all right, we don't have to keep.
Or we'll get another Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which we want a DC fighting game. That's what we want.
Yeah.
You know, what makes them stand out from the Marvel Capcom is that this is a DC fighting game.
Yeah. And it's a good one, too.
Yes, a very good one.
Great. But I wouldn't have you in mind to see some returning characters from the first game that they took out, like
Deathstroke,
Shazam, because you're doing Lightning.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And then when you saw Black Mantis, guessing you raised up a little bit. You're like,
I was excited for Black Mantis, because I do love Aquaman a lot. I was like, oh, Black Mantis, that's really cool. They're probably getting ready for Aquaman's movie. I wonder if they're going to maybe also bring in Ocean Master.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the Rocket go, and then you see the Hellboy Gauntlet, which once again, this was also heavily rumored as well, and I was kind of expecting it. But once you see it on screen, you can't help but just get excited.
You do. It is. It's very exciting. And all I kept picturing in my mind is now like so many fights I get to do in my head. You know what I mean? It's very exciting.
Batman versus Hellboy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Superman versus that giant metal fist, and Hellboy's hell pretty much magic, he's sorcery versus Superman. Like I'm really excited. So I think this is hilarious that it's another season pass you have to get. But I feel like the minute they announce Hellboy, people are gonna pay for that.
Yeah. And the nice thing, though, is if you weren't someone who got the first season pass, at least you don't have to get it if you don't like those first batch of characters. Now you can just go, all right, I want those the second batch. Let me just.
Or you can just individually, because to be honest, only ones I really want are Red Hood, Hellboy, and Starfire. So
See, I really would want Red Hood, Hellboy, and Manta, Black Manta.
Black Mantas. Aren't just something.
Yeah.
Aren't just stuff at all.
But
it does look good.
I am excited. Now, do you still have Injustice, or did you get rid of it?
Of course I still have it, man.
Now, is this something that's going to lead you into getting that season pass?
Absolutely not. But I'll definitely buy some characters if need be.
Okay.
I used to get the season pass, like I got the season pass for Mortal Kombat 9.
Okay.
You know what I mean, to get all the characters, but then sometimes they release characters where I'm like, I don't want this person. Why would I get them? You know what I mean? So I just end up now character to character in games.
Yeah.
So I did get the Marvel vs. Capcom. I did get the collector's edition only because it's the only way to get Black Panther at launch.
Yeah, and you also got the. Did you get the big collector's edition with the statues?
Got like $80.
It may not come with the statues. I don't know if it does or not. Because there's one version that comes with 4 statues: a Mega Man, Morgan, and a Iron Man and Captain Marvel statue, and it comes with the Infinity Stones, which I thought was pretty cool.
Ooh.
But maybe it is that one. If it's only $80 though, that's awesome.
Probably not.
Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom though, we did actually have some news for that. That was shown off. They showed some more gameplay. They showed off. Who did they show off this week? What was it?
I think it's weird that Black Panther is in the story mode.
But the DLC
is a
character.
DLC character.
Well, so is what's his name? Sigma. Is it Sigma? Yeah, Sigma. Sigma is one of the main villains of the story, but it's DLC. But Ultron is the one that they give us.
Yeah.
So I want to go over the roster real quick for Marvel vs. Capcom because I actually I kind of got a little upset by it, and we'll talk about why right after.
Your roster.
First
one starting off.
So we'll start with the list for the. We'll just go right down alphabetically.
Captain America.
Captain America, who is returning.
Captain Marvel.
Who's new.
Don't like her.
Doctor Strange. Dormammu.
Bless you.
Gamora.
Really excited.
She's new. Ghost Rider. Hawkeye. Hulk, who I didn't know if I should technically count him as new. He wasn't in 3, but he was in previous games.
Yes, he was.
So I'm just going to count him as new anyway, since he
I
wasn't in the 3rd one.
Iron Man.
Nova.
Rocket, a raccoon.
Yep. Spider-Man.
I do like Spider-Man's look in this game.
I thought it was weird that they didn't go with the movie look. I don't hate the look that they did for him in the game. I'm just saying everyone else, if you look at them,
kind of has that movie look. I can see that.
Especially Hawkeye, they took away his mask and everything. Where I thought it was odd that you have Spider-Man, you have a look for Spider-Man.
It's a different look though. He doesn't look comic. He doesn't look movie. He's got that very, you know what I mean. I think it's because this is supposed to be an older, established Spider-Man though, versus the teenage one.
I like the look too, though.
All right. Thanos, which I'm actually really excited to play as Thanos.
Really? Okay. He was also in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is why he was another one I was kind of confused if I should say he's new or not. But
I think you're new.
I just put him as new. Ultron, who is new. Thor. I'm sorry, I skipped over
Thor there, buddy.
Yes, I did. Thor, Ultron.
On the Capcom side, we have
Arthur, yeah. We have Chris Redfield.
Ooh.
Chun-Li.
Dante, also known as wannabe Leon. Woo!
I don't know why they didn't do Leon this time.
Frank West.
Jeddah.
Where is Jeddah from?
Jeddah is from Darkstalkers, the same place that Morgan's from. I think she's like the main villain.
Gotcha.
Jeddah,
Mega Man.
Mega Man X. Not regular Mega Man.
Yes, so this is new because it's a Mega Man X.
It is X, yeah.
We have Mike Hager.
And we also have Morgan, Nathan Spencer. For those of you that don't know his name, he's the Bionic Commando. He was in 3. Because some people didn't know that that's who that was. Nemesis, Ryu, Strider, and Zero. And then the 2 confirmed DLC characters so far are
Black Panther and Sigma, which, like I said, really annoys me because Black Panther is in the campaign.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I'll seem a little hypocritical because technically you could say, well, Black Mantis is in the story mode for Injustice because he's in the background of one of the stages.
Oh, okay.
Floating. To me, though, that means that's all I better get from that. But it looks like the trailer, they made it seem like
He's a part
of the story.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like this was, we have him in the game already, we have him set up or anything, let's charge a little more to play as these 2 characters.
Now, what really annoyed me was only a 5th of this roster is new. You know what I mean? And the Marvel side I can kind of understand a little more because Marvel now wants to make it just their movie characters. You know what I mean? So
taking all the X-Men characters out. I was annoyed that we're getting a lot of returning characters and there's no Wesker. I was very upset. No Wesker in the
Well,
game.
that's what also annoyed me with the Capcom side. What was that for?
I don't know. I'm trying to hear you.
Oh, you like leaned back.
Oh, you hit me with your force powers, so
I'm
I
sorry.
got scared.
I didn't mean to.
Yes.
Yeah, I put my hand out and
you're
it just
strong,
went
man.
limp.
Yeah.
But for the Capcom side, what really annoyed me was one, they have a lot of returning characters, way more than even the Marvel side. There's only 2 new Capcom characters in the roster. When Capcom 1, they have so many characters that they could use that they never put in any of their games. And 2, they brought a lot of returning characters that I don't think anyone asked for. Bionic Commando, Arthur. I'd much rather have gotten Beautiful Joe again. Amaterasu. I don't know why you didn't just reskin Chris Redfield as Leon, at least. Because at least then it would feel like, something new.
Yeah.
You're bringing back Nemesis.
The only thing I can think of in this is, since this one is the first one with a heavy, it looks like, campaign storyline in it, it looks like they're taking it from Mortal Kombat and the Injustice story. That I'm thinking that this is the characters that they needed for an actual involved story. You know what I mean? That's
Maybe.
the only thing I can guess. Like, you know what I mean? Why they were... Because it is weird that they kind of feel cheaped out on characters.
Like they brought Dante back, which I'm a big Devil May Cry fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset about
Could you
Dante.
imagine if it was DMC Dante?
I wouldn't mind if they even brought Nero in from the
Nobody likes
4th.
Nero. Would you stop it, man? Nobody likes Nero, okay?
I like it.
No, but you're the one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wanted him in
you're the
game.
one. You're the reason. Your request why they re-released it.
No Onimusha character,
That would have been nice.
which makes no sense. You own that property. No Monster Hunter, which is rumored that Monster Hunter is one of the characters that will come in as a DLC. Still, why? I don't understand why I have to pay for the new characters. That's what kind of upsets me. It feels
I
like,
see what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like Black Panther should already be in the game. Sigma should already be a part of the game.
I think maybe they could have switched it up a little bit. You know what? Gave us the new characters, and if some of the old characters you want back, then we can pay for them. You know what I mean? Like, if they give me Wesker as DLC, I'd be excited because I loved them in 3.
I wouldn't mind if they brought back the older characters to as DLC either, because there are some that I want. Like I said, Beautiful Joe. I would really love to see him make a return. But this was just kind of upsetting.
I can see that your voice is cracking and everything. It's like you hit puberty, man.
I know.
It's weird.
They talked about why X-Men characters aren't in the game. The reason behind it. A lot of people were... The creator said everyone wants Magneto in the game, but the only reason why people want Magneto is because he has an 8-way dash. So he kind of used like the pro terms. But he was like, other characters that are already in the game have an 8-way dash. Ultron has an 8-way dash. Nova has an 8-way dash. So really we don't need Magneto because these characters are in there. But I don't think Capcom gets it. The reason we want Magneto is because we love Magneto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These games are service to your fans. So when you hear about a game like Marvel vs. Capcom coming out, when I heard about the second one coming out way back when I was a kid, I was like, yo, I wonder... and it had the largest roster still to date that a Marvel vs. Capcom game has had. But all I was thinking of was who I wanted to see in it. And that's all you ever think of whenever you hear about a Marvel vs. Capcom
And you
game
get
coming
excited to see certain characters, your favorite superhero in there.
Yeah.
Superhero in there. Yeah, words are hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like no Doctor Doom again, or and it's just weird that
I think honestly we're not going to see any non-Marvel owned characters.
I do
together.
agree with that.
No Fantastic Four, no Doctor Doom, anything like that. Be honest, if they hadn't got this deal with Spider-Man, I guarantee he would have got taken out of the game,
Yeah.
which would have been ridiculous.
I think a lot of people would have been upset about that. They also, if you pre-order the game, you get DLC costumes for characters. So I feel like that's another way they're going to pull in money. They're going to start bringing in character costumes.
It is. Well, I mean, like I said, one of the biggest issues I had with Street Fighter was they sold me half of the game. So hopefully they've learned their lesson and they're not going to do that again. So, but I'm still excited about it. I am really excited to play as Rocket again.
Yeah.
He's a raccoon.
I'm surprised they didn't make Rocket and Groot a team thing, though.
I'm surprised they didn't put all the Guardians in, especially with this being so close to the movie and Infinity War.
I feel like they didn't put all of them in because of the how many. It'd be just too many of one series, I feel like. Unless you expanded the roster even more, like you're going to do similar to a Marvel's Capcom 2 roster, where it was just massive. I think
I'm really upset. I'm like, it's cool I got Gamora and Rocket. I would have really loved to see Star-Lord. I would have really loved Drax. I love Drax.
Yeah.
I think he's a very awesome character. So, hey, maybe DLC.
But, so how do you feel about this roster, though? Are you...
Oh, disappointed.
Yeah.
So small and weakly. It's sad, man. You know what I mean? It's like that cool dude, when you were in school, like in middle school and he was in high school, and you're like, oh, he's awesome. And then you run into him after you graduated and stuff. He's like bald and fat.
Or
married to his high school sweetheart who just let herself go.
Yeah. Or when you're about to finally get it with like that super hot chick, and you go into a room with an air conditioner blowing right on your junk, and you got massive shrinkage.
So Gamescom's with this weekend, huh, man? That's something. Gamescom. I don't like that name. It's so stupid.
Gamescom?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. Well,
it's not American.
Did you get to look at the Ni no Kuni 2 boss fights that I... Okay.
I don't even know what that game is, sir.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just kidding with you. It's a good game. No, I didn't get the chance to look at the boss fights.
They showed off 2 new boss fights.
Okay.
Which the boss fights themselves were pretty interesting. One summoned minions. The other one did like area of effect moves. So it's nice to see that the bosses are going to be dynamically different. The thing I really enjoyed to see though was how combat has changed since the first game. In the first game you caught these things called familiars. It was a lot like Pokemon, where you caught familiars, you could have 3 on you at all times, and they would evolve and learn new abilities and stuff. Well, those are gone. Now it's just you and your normal party, but you have these small little things that look like Pikmin around. And they're all different colors. There's red ones, blue, white, and green. And what will happen is, while they're going to passively attack the enemy as well, but they'll give you, if you see a circle on the floor where they're standing, if you step in that circle before it's gone, they give you a buff, or it'll heal you. They'll do different things. And I thought that was a pretty cool and interesting new dynamic.
It is interesting that they keep still just copying off of Nintendo like this. You know what I'm saying? It's the next one going to have you throw in your hat. Get it?
How'd they copy off Nintendo?
That's you said Pokemon.
Woo!
You look pissed. Anyway, so the first game I realized, because I only played a little bit of the first game, was a bit difficult.
Okay.
Especially for people that weren't real into RPGs like that. What do you think of this one? Think it's going to keep up with that difficult spike, or do you think they might loosen up?
I think the not changing of familiars makes it a little easier, because that was part of the game. It was a lot like Pokemon, where if the enemy was about to do a certain attack that would critically hit your familiar, you wanted to swap them out and put one in that wouldn't really get as hurt by that attack. So I can see how the first game could be a bit complicated, but I do think the second one's going to be a little more mainstream.
Okay.
So a little easier to.
Well, I mean, obviously it did well enough to do a sequel. We're getting, might mainstream it up on us. So, still think the game is gorgeous.
Such a beautiful game.
I do like the game. Why is it that games that look like that never seem to get the attention they deserve?
I think a lot of people consider them children's games.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, usually if it has an art style to it, people are like, oh, that's for kids. But the first Ni no Kuni is actually a really sad game, even just from the beginning. But it's good. The last thing we saw from Gamescom that I put on the notes was actually we saw two more things. I'm sorry. Monster Hunter gameplay for the new Zone. Did you watch this?
Of course, anything Monster Hunter comes across my screen. Son, do you think I would have watched the trailer for that new Bio game and not watch some Monster World? What's wrong with you?
That's true. Good point.
All
Okay.
right.
So what do you think of the gameplay?
I've said it 1,000 million times. I'm going to say it again. Nothing about this game they show me has upset me, or maybe at least not interested. I get more and more excited every time.
Yeah.
By the end of this, I might just break into Capcom and just steal the game before it's out.
I do like that the Zone looks drastically different than the previous Zone that we were looking at before.
Now, you said previously that there's supposed to be no load times or anything like that. Do you think even going from world to world like this, zone to zone, that even then it's...
There'll probably be a load screen.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because that would be,
Yeah.
it would be like...
If it's seamless, I would be shocked. But I'm expecting at least a load screen going into the zones. But once you're there, it's seamless.
Alright.
Unlike the 3DS games.
I had another shot at Nintendo, man.
What?
Did Mario do something to you, bro?
What shot did I throw at Nintendo before this one?
What? What?
You said another shot at Nintendo.
I feel like you had another one shot up earlier somewhere.
No, I didn't.
I don't remember. Alright, this is a long podcast, but I don't remember.
It is a pretty long one.
All right. Point being, though, I everything that I'm not only am I excited to play this game, I think this is one of the times actually excited to play multiplayer in a game because of this.
Yeah.
Which is shocking because you know me, I don't like my multiplayer.
You're not a multiplayer.
No, I'm actually excited to try this game out with my son, with you. You know what I mean? Maybe even my daughter. She's kind of mean, but you know what? Maybe I'll try it with her.
Yeah, it does seem like a really fun co-op game, but I am super excited for it. The more I see, I really want it. I just want a release date. Like, I hate that I don't even know when it's coming yet.
I feel like wouldn't it be like a jerk move? It's like one of those like, you know, no release date, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, coming out next month. Bam, get ready.
I would be a little upset.
So
Announce some cool collector's edition that
Yeah.
because I only have a month's notice, I can't afford it.
comes inside an actual monster at the end of the game.
Oh, that'd be so cool if it came in an egg,
Ooh, that'd be nice.
a giant monster egg.
Something like that. You have to carry it home, and if you drop it, it cracks. You have to go all the way to the store and get it that way.
If you crack the egg before you get home, yolk comes out.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
They have a yolk packet that blows up and all your stuff in the game.
Just ruins
containers.
everything.
Yeah. The last thing we got was the.
Last thing you got. I got
Skyrim.
Some news. I got some news.
Oh,
I
okay.
Right up, but you know what?
Okay, well, we'll do yours after. Skyrim. They came out and said that it will run 720p, 30 frames a second on the Switch.
Woo!
We did, however, get confirmed that it is the special edition. It is the enhanced one. So the graphics do look better than the PS3 360 version, but they're just not quite as good as the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Right. Well, nothing's going to compare to the PC form. That
No,
makes sense.
even PS4 and
yeah,
Xbox One.
and even you know what I mean. And we weren't expecting the PS4 version or to run anywhere near the PS4 version either. So people are acting like this is a huge deal breaker, like this is ruining the game and stuff. I don't agree with that. I think 720. We've been doing that for years. It's fine.
I definitely think it's something that you kind of had to expect going into this. What are you giving me the finger for?
Because cheap shot Nintendo, man.
No, I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of games that we've heard can't run on the Switch. We heard that they were getting Skyrim on the go. Even Skyrim has always been a taxing game. You know what I mean? It couldn't run very well on the PS3 because of the cell architecture that they used.
Bless you.
Thank you. But I'm excited to see that people get it. You know, I'm not getting it. I don't care. I play Skyrim enough.
I'm getting it.
I don't want to play that game again.
I'm really excited.
If it was Oblivion, I'd probably pick it up again.
That was a good game.
Because I really loved Oblivion,
That was
but
my favorite one.
that's my favorite one as well.
Yep.
But Skyrim, I feel like is a bit overrated.
I never got to play Skyrim.
Really?
That's what I just said.
No, I didn't hear you the first time. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I didn't play Skyrim. I played Oblivion so much when Skyrim came out. I was scared.
Okay.
Because I mean hours into Oblivion.
Well, after you play some Skyrim, we can talk about it, because I have some things I really dislike about Skyrim, but I don't want to say them if you haven't ever played it.
yeah, give me an opportunity to hate it or love it on my own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say my opinion on it. But I loved Oblivion, and I really would have much rather had a Oblivion.
Did you become a vampire in Oblivion?
In Oblivion, I didn't.
Really?
I did, but I got the cure for it.
I did too. That's what
Because
I'm
I
asking.
hated it.
I knew, I heard a few. Everybody I know got to became a vampire. This one guy I knew back in the day said he never became a vampire, and I call him a dirty liar. Like, I feel like there's no way to get through that game without becoming a vampire at least once.
Yeah, especially since while you're sleeping, you have a chance for someone to sneak into your room, bite you, and you can become one. That's what happened to me, actually. And at first I liked it because I could go out in the day, I was stronger, I was like, it was really cool. And then once it settles in, it's like, I can't do anything in daylight. This sucks.
Yes. Yes. Two people are like that, you know what I'm saying? Computer nerds or vampires. Sometimes you need to go out in the daytime.
Yeah.
But I got some more Switch news. Final Fantasy 15 coming out on the Switch.
Yeah, it's the mobile version, though.
Yes. Well, that's what they're saying, the Pocket version.
It is.
Do you think it's going to play like the Pocket version?
That's where we don't know yet.
That's my question, because I do love the mobile look of it.
I actually don't mind it either.
I think it looks...
They did taste the full game, too.
Yeah, and it makes me laugh because I was looking at comparison cutscenes, and they were very close, too, with the giant head version and everything. But I'm willing to play it again on my Switch as long as it's not the mobile controls.
That's the problem a lot of people have right now, and that's the problem the devs are having, too. They haven't said if it's going to be mobile controls, because the mobile game is all touch.
Exactly, and that would mean if it's only touch, it's going to be out of only handheld mode, you can play it.
Yes.
Which would be stupid.
I'm curious, though, if Square cares enough to add the development time to give it controls. And here's my only reason why. We already got one game that Nintendo's okay with only being an undocked game and touch. And we talked about this. Once you do that, you're opening the floodgates. You know what I mean? Now, I feel like Square could be like, you guys let Severed not need controls to be played. We just want to port it. We don't care about putting the extra development time into it. People are going to buy it because they want this anyway.
My issue is, okay, that's fine for me, because that means, hey, I'm going to skip out on Final Fantasy with the Switch. I really feel like people that didn't get a PS4 deserve to play this game, and I think it's unfair and unfun if you don't give it some regular controls and give it that Final Fantasy experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still really cute.
It's cute. My problem was when I saw it, I was when I heard that was the version the Switch was getting, I was kind of like, man, I felt like if I only had a Switch, it'd feel like a slap to the face.
My big issue with it, though, is I didn't mind the way it looked. I still feel like Prince Nock looked like Prince Nock, and you know what I mean? Everybody looked like themselves. My issue was, although it had dialogue, and the full dialogue of the PS4 version, their lips did not move, and that drove me insane.
Yeah. I think I do feel like the combat's also going to be a little different.
No, of course.
I don't see you being able to teleport around.
Yeah, even if they do give us regular controls, I'm sure it's going to be a hack and slash, not all of that, strategy. And it looks like with the combat, when I was watching the gameplay, it zoomed out for combat to get an overall, because there were still those huge monsters, not enough screen to show them, so that's the look it did. So if that's the case, you couldn't have that teleporting,
Yeah. I just, it just kind of sucks. I mean, I'm glad that I got to play it on PS4 because that game's beautiful.
You're beautiful.
It's a lot of fun, and I'm just.
A lot of fun.
I hope that this version of the Switch at least gets the controls, and hopefully they add a little more. I wouldn't mind if they even just took a lesser version of the PS4 version, but I know that they probably just can't get that to run on the Switch.
Would you, if they fix up the controls, and but it still had the Pocket version look, would you consider playing it again on the Switch?
It depends on the price, actually, for me.
I'd say it gets released.
If it's $20, I probably would do it. If it's any more than that, no.
It would. I hope it gets regular controls, because I would love Final Fantasy 15. Be able to take on the go, or just to enjoy it again. This would give me an excuse to play through it again.
Yeah. Such a good game.
Success.
Can you imagine a little pocket knock with the beard he gets after the chimes?
Beard and mustache.
Yeah.
That'd be so adorable.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an episode. Let me give my enthusiast.
Whoa! Get your enthusiast pick.
I was just going to say, let me get
Well,
to
what
my
is it?
enthusiast pick. I don't know now because you're yelling at me.
I gotta know.
I don't know if I feel like
Final
saying-
Fantasy pocket version.
No, I'm not going to say that one.
Total Recall.
No, that movie is overrated.
All right.
Actually, what I would like to say is they just announced that the .hack GU series is coming out in November for the PS4.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm super excited. If you have never played the .hack series and you still have a PS2, these games are really hard to find though. I normally wouldn't condone this, but if you even want to emulate them on your PC, I know. But I was looking for them for me to own, and some of them online are like $300. But
Expensive.
yeah.
Getting your old Pokemon Red and Blue version,
Yeah, because I was looking for them for years now to re-own. Probably about a good since the PS4 came out, since in 2013. And then I just saw they were overpriced, and finally they announced that they're redoing the HD collection. So I was like, you know what, just forget it. But if you have them already, or if you know a local mom and pop shop that sells pre-owned games, check and see if they have them, and really check it out. If you like Sword Art Online, this is the game that did it first, where you're stuck in a video game, and you got to get your way out. It's an MMO. It's really cool, and people are dying from the game. Just check it out. It's a lot of fun. If you're really into RPGs, I think you'll really enjoy it.
.hack was awesome.
It was.
Rock it on.
If you like this podcast, please hit that like button and the subscribe button on whatever media you're watching it on.
Make sure you do both.
Yes.
If you like what you heard here, go ahead and follow us on SoundCloud, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and that's it.
That is it. Our website will be up soon, hopefully.
Or later.
Or later. It'll be up when it's ready. But this is episode 38 of The Enthusiasts, and we are gone.
Peace!
Yes, good. Now you're getting